Fans who read the book before seeing the movie know that lots of changes were made for this adaptation. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 differences between the To All the Boys I've Loved Before book and movie.
I don't know, I'm just so tired of writing love letters. It would be nice to be the one receiving them.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at what's different between Jenny Han's YA novel and the Netflix original film.
I'm certain that by the time the ski trip comes around, Peter and I will be ancient history. And that is the only reason I say. Okay.
Number 10. Lara Jean Scrunchie. Talk about Chekhov's Scrunchie.
What are you doing? Huh? Give me this.
One of the most adorable scenes in the movie takes place when Peter convinces Lara Jean to come to a party with him, and before they head in, he takes her favorite scrunchie for safekeeping, so she can wear her hair down.
Fine. You can't lose it, okay? That's my favorite scrunchie.
Deal.
His manipulative ex steals it from him, knowing it'll come in handy later. And this ends up being the catalyst for Peter and Lara Jean's eventual breakup, when Jen shows up wearing it to taunt Lara Jean.
Oh, Peter gave this to me. Isn't it so cute? I love the colors in it.
In the book, though, Peter does convince LJ to wear her hair down, but the elastic she has been using has no significance.
I mean, you just don't understand the situation.
No, I understand completely. This is over. In every possible way.
Number 9. The significance of the hot tub scene.
Do you think he's waiting for me in the hot tub?
Hell yeah.
One of the pivotal moments in the movie is the ski trip hot tub scene, where Lara Jean and Peter finally admit to one another, and themselves, that the relationship isn't so fake after all, which leads to a makeout sesh.
There's no one like you, Cubby.
It's a fan favorite for a reason. But here's the thing, not even in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before book, but its sequel, P.S. I Still Love You, Lara Jean pointedly asks Peter if he was indeed lounging in the hot tub waiting for her, or Jen. And unfortunately for the shippers, Peter refuses to answer, which might indeed mean he actually wasn't waiting for Lara Jean, but was there to meet his ex.
Nothing happened between me and Jen last night.
No, what happened was that you went to her room in the first place.
Number 8. Josh kissing Lara Jean.
But really, I guess it was mainly about how sometimes I imagined what it would have been like if I'd realized how I felt about him sooner.
The movie may start out with Lara Jean's crush on Josh, but as the plot progresses, their potential romance is put to the side in favor of LJ's relationship with Peter. In fact, Josh isn't even in the movie all that much, despite the fact that he may have seemed like the main love interest at the beginning.
That he was betrothed to my sister. But if this wasn't what he wanted, then why did he come to the field of desire?
In the book, however, he plays a larger role and tells Lara Jean that he actually reciprocates her feelings.
Look, did you mean what you wrote in the letter?
I don't know. Okay, it was a long time ago.
Well, not for me, all right? This is all news, so like, I'm trying to understand here.
Not only that, but he kisses her. Maybe they're saving this one for the sequel. Number 7. Lara Jean's support system. In the movie, Lara Jean definitely doesn't have a huge group of friends, but is far from lonely, having both her sisters and her friend Chris to support her.
Lara Jean can rock 'em. But for you, cuz, well... Let's just say it's probably a good thing you're playing it safe.
With those, Uggs.
In the book, however, she is left to deal with her problems alone more often, which makes sense considering the medium. In fact, Chris's character is very different in the book and movie.
I've never seen you so happy.
In the book, she's a much less reliable figure in Lara Jean's life, and is much more focused on her own problems. In the movie, however, LJ can confide in her. Number 6. The Halloween scene. We get it. You can't put every scene from a book into the movie version, but why would they cut this one? In the book, we get to see the characters celebrate Halloween, and Peter dresses up as Spider-Man, while Lara Jean goes as Cho Chang from the Harry Potter books. How adorable is that? There's even a scene where he acts like he's shooting his web at her, and she pretends to cast spells on him that we definitely would have liked to see on screen. Oh well. Number 5. LJ's hobbies.
Hand in your back pocket? What the hell is that?
16 candles. It's the opening image. It's a couples thing.
In the movie, Lara Jean is a homebody who loves to stay in and watch movies with her sister. She's especially a fan of John Hughes' 80s classics like 16 Candles, and she also gets much of her information about love from the romance novels that she's constantly reading. In the book, however, her hobbies are totally different. She does scrapbooking and is into baking. We get to see the baking a little bit in the film, but it doesn't seem implied that this is something she does with regularity.
So why do you like this movie?
Why are you even asking that question? Hello, Jake Ryan?
Number 4. Kitty's motivation.
Don't you find it kinda depressing that it's Saturday night and you're having a Golden Girls marathon with your little sister?
In the movie, Kitty is a pretty sympathetic character who just wants what's best for her sister. She steals and sends off Lara Jean's secret love letters in the hopes that it'll help her find a boyfriend. She's potentially misguided, but not laden with bad intentions.
You look so lonely, and I can tell Peter liked you, and I know you wouldn't do anything about it. So you just sent all 5 of them? Stop. 5 chances at a boyfriend was better odds. Oh my God. I was having him come over for dinner.
In the book, however, Kitty is actually acting out of revenge because Lara Jean almost let Josh know that Kitty had a crush on him.
I'm gonna kill you.
Also in the movie, the viewer knows right away that Kitty is the one who sent the letters, though in the book it remains a mystery throughout. Number 3. Lara Jean and Peter's first kiss.
Cause you kissed the boy that I liked.
Jen, you guys were broken up.
No, before we even dated.
Are you talking about middle school?
In the on-screen version, we learn that Jen hates Lara Jean because she kissed Peter during a game of Spin the Bottle in 7th grade, when they were all younger. This is also established as being the time that LJ wrote her love letter to Peter. But in the book, there's even more foreshadowing of things to come, because they didn't kiss during a game, but rather outside of a party when they were both waiting to be picked up by their parents. The kiss was spontaneous and initiated by Peter. Guess he liked her all along. Number 2. Peter's motivation. The whole reason that Lara Jean and Peter end up in a fake relationship in the movie is that Peter is trying to make his ex Genevieve jealous.
And if she thinks that you and I are a thing, then she'll want to get back together.
And it works.
Good job.
But in the book, his motivation is actually completely different, and actually makes him a more likable character. He wants to fake date Lara Jean to signal to Jen that it's over between them for real this time. We understand why they changed this major factor for the film, however, because it definitely creates more drama.
Is this seat taken?
No.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Did you know that most unwanted teenage pregnancies are the result of expecting abstinence? Now, I know that you're smart enough not to do things just because a boy may want you to.
Okay, let's make this end.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah? Yeah. You know, people usually check behind them before they reverse, to avoid killing others. It's a thing we do.
I forget that there was a time where it wasn't just my dad and my sisters. And it only happens for like a quarter of a second, but I feel really, really guilty about it. I've never told anyone that before.
Number 1. The book ends on a cliffhanger.
Because I'm in love with you, Lara Jean.
Like many great rom-coms before it, To All the Boys I've Loved Before the movie ends with a declaration of love and an epic kiss.
I'd always fantasized about falling in love in a field, but I just never thought it'd be the kind where you played lacrosse.
Everything is tied up in a tidy package, and we know the characters will live happily ever after. Things aren't quite so simple in the book, however, where we see Lara Jean decide that she will tell Peter how she really feels, but then that's it.
Hi. I have to tell you something.
We don't get any dramatic climax or adorable kissing scene. That all happens in the sequel instead. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.